there's a certain level of comfortability that you feel with a person when you meet them. I can't coach you on that.
Are you uncoachable? Because if you can't give the direction, it may be difficult to receive it too. So I was just curious since you said you didn't have one.
Nick, did you take grad school psychology questions to get ready for this episode, Thomas? God dang, nigga.
Welcome to the TMF Podcast, where we have too many feelings. I'm your host, T. Staples, and I'm here today with
the lovely Miss Munroe.
And
it is your main man, Freddie B.
Hey, if all y'all listening out there, you know what we're doing. You've heard it 10 times over, but here it is. We'll bring you all these feelings from home. That's right, completely remote, 100%. And today's topic, we're going to talk to you about something that this is really a re-up here. This is a continuation here. This is a part 2 to something we already worked on. It's the good dates. That's right, the good feelings, the good dates. But first, it's time for my segment I like to call the Internet Never Loss.
Here he comes.
Here's the thing. In this segment, I'm going to give you guys a little sweet, kind-hearted thing. Since we're talking about something good, I'm going to give you something good. It comes from two of our favorite hip-hop folks, Quavo and Saweetie. Y'all, take a listen to this nice little thing here.
Where did we go on our first date?
Magic City.
That's an interesting first date.
Oh my gosh.
Such a gentleman.
It was a whole day. Like the day we ended it with Magic City. It was
a climax.
Yeah, we went to a restaurant called Stony River. She came to Atlanta, and
my first time visiting him.
So I just kind of just showed her the A and showed her went to the studio, and being an artist, she was amazed that we built that building. You know what I'm saying? Coming from where we came from, and I just showed her the north side, and we ended it off with Magic City.
A Magic City. Sure, get to see some titties on your first date with your lady. That's what's up, man. I mean, it sounded like they had some fun. Now, as I looked around, there's some controversy about this so-called first date. Some people said it was good. Some people said it was bad. So I want you to hear from their mouth, them telling of their first date. And it sounded like they had a good time. And she really got to figure out who he was because he let her into his world. What y'all think about that first date from Quavo and Saweetie?
Oh, my God.
Magic City? Come on.
No,
they probably got some good chicken wings in there. Come on now.
Of course. What was that one basketball player that broke?
Lou Williams, Lemon Pepper Lou. Shout out to Louisville.
Louisville.
Yeah. I guess apparently they are. I don't know. I'm never trying to eat somewhere where they booties are shaking and food is around the same place. I just
yeah, that sound like a hot night to me.
Nah, but the thing is, I mean, anybody who's familiar with Atlanta strip clubs is like a lounge. And the Atlanta strip clubs got some of the best food. It's widely known. It was a TV show on BT. It was like polls and something. It was about they went to strip clubs and interviewed the chefs and stuff like that. So that's the thing. If you're not familiar with Atlanta, then you wouldn't be familiar with that environment. And then maybe not just familiar with Atlanta. If you haven't been in Atlanta and been through them streets in some form or fashion, you wouldn't be familiar with it. But ordinarily, if you go you in Louisville, Kentucky, or Des Moines, Iowa, or Phoenix, Arizona, you go to a strip club, you probably don't want to eat there. But Atlanta is definitely one of the places, and I think Miami might got a spot Live or Live in Houston. I think it's in Houston. I think Houston got a spot, Miami got a spot, but just about anywhere in Atlanta, they literally like lounges. Women be in there, heterosexual women be in there, dudes be in there. They just be hanging out.
Wow.
And you can eat good in there, and it's just people kicking it. Then you can get you.
And they got good wings. They got good wings.
Yeah. Magic City wings are legit bomb. They rival JR Crickets.
I heard.
Would I take a chick to? I don't like the strip club, so.
But he didn't go only to Magic City. He also took her around and showed her the studio and some more stuff with where they took a little tour around Atlanta. So I think he tried to bring her into his world.
Yeah.
So Miss Munroe, you don't think that was sweet? That wasn't sweet. He tried to bring her in.
That depends on, I guess, what you into. If that's only nice if y'all both into it. You know, it don't matter what it is, where y'all going, whether it's strip club or some other place, unless both people are, you know, it's the things that they normally would do, like that they're into, then it's gonna work. But otherwise, for me, no.
Well, you know what? You said something. You said something right there because, you know, they both are hip hop artists, so that makes sense. They both are into that because they are hip hop artists. Well, look.
I think that's the key thing too. It's like it's the vulnerability. I think Miss Monroe looking at what they did, she not thinking at the act, like the action behind the act. That's the thing. You gotta look at what people doing and why they do it, not just what they did. You know, somebody could give you a present, but you know, like, and that's the thing, like, because I think in another podcast you was talking about that Miss Monroe, somebody could do something for you, but you know the act behind, like they look at you like they gonna eat you up. Like you looking at the action of why they doing the act. You know, you can't be flip flopping, Miss Monroe.
Ain't nobody flip flopping, Negro. I've been saying that's what you into. You need to listen. Work on your listening skills.
Well, listen,
nope, you flip flopping.
We can't even make it to the episode because we had too many feelings about the internet never lost.
Never lost.
So listen, it never did. This has been. I got 2 questions for y'all. What would you do on a hot first date? And what unique thing did you find out about the other person? Let us know. Our handles are in the description below. Send us a message and let us know how you feel. This has been your boy T Staples in this week's edition of The Internet Never Lost. Never lost. And we had a lot of feelings about that. Wow. Okay, so listen, let's hop right into the episode. It's time for us to talk about our dates that were, I guess we could say our best date or our good date. Y'all want to go best date or good date? I think best date. You want to go good? You want best?
Good, just good. I'm best. That's a lot of pressure for me.
That's a lot of pressure.
That's a lot of pressure. For
okay,
me.
I think I should put the pressure. Let's go best then, baby. Let's do it.
There's a lot of pressure for me to think. Like I may not come up with something for you. There's a lot of pressure for me to like, oh, my best date.
Okay. So listen, before we go right into it, you know, I have a couple of things that I want to ask you guys, and actually just one question, and then I may ask you another one behind this one. But first, is there such thing as there being a lid for every pot? Is there one person for everybody? Is there a soulmate for you out there? Is that a true thing?
I don't know anymore. If you'd asked me 5 or 10 years ago, I probably would have said yes. Now I'm not so sure.
I mean, I'm gonna say yeah. You know, I got more of a favorable outlook, more optimistic outlook on it all. So I mean, I say yeah. You know what I mean? I know it gets hard. You know, the older you get, and the longer you stay single, and the many times you get hurt. You know, you put yourself out there, somebody hurt you, somebody let you down, then you start thinking like, you know, it's that meme, that funny meme that's out there. Like, Lord, if you out of husbands, just say that. Like that meme is hilarious to me. Like it is hilarious to me. Cause I think about the other side. Like, what if a guy really did say that? Like, say that to a chick. Like, oh yeah, your husband actually gone. You remember Johnny? Yeah, that was your husband, and look what you was doing before Johnny. And yeah, I had to give him to somebody else. And so yeah, I'm out of husbands for you. I don't know what you gonna do. Figure it out, nigga. You on your own now.
That would be terrible. Like God spoke so clearly to you and so directly, and you knew it was him, and then you heard his voice. First of all, you kind of appreciate that because, like, man, God really, he just let me know, like, I can stop looking. But at the same time, it's like,
just
but wait a minute,
I was created to be.
Right.
Okay.
Can you turn a hoe into a housewife? Can you turn a hoe into a house husband? You know?
Yeah.
Apparently.
Why is it apparent?
Oh, just being funny, thinking about all the older couples I know who everybody got side kids and stuff. Apparently, you can.
Oh, I see. So let's get right into it. Miss Monroe, what was the best date you ever been
on? Let me think. It was honestly my freshman year of college. It was this guy that had like what?
You said freshman year college? You was 18?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's good.
Oh,
that's
Lord
good.
Jesus.
Well, at least it went like
right.
At
least it went like when she was like 12. Cause then if you ain't had one then,
nigga, 12.
Oh my God, you just make me choke.
Let me find out she having a best or just going on a date at 12. Let me find that out.
What you said?
Well, we'll wait till we get to mine, and I'll tell y'all more.
Oh God,
Jesus!
All right, I'm done. Go ahead, Miss Monroe.
Throw me all off. I can't even. Okay. Okay. So yeah, it was my freshman year of college. It was this guy I had a huge crush on, but I couldn't. It's so funny. Like, I was so guarded when I was younger. Like, I couldn't even like comprehend myself, like my own emotions, like how I felt about dude. Like, my mom caught on to it before I did, and so she didn't even want to tell me, like, okay, I think you like this guy. Like, she just kind of knew. But yeah, like, it was just he was a little bit older than me, so I didn't think that he was even checking for me like that. Like, we were just cool. And back home, I had some guy friends like that who were kind of like big brothers to me. So I was like thinking the whole time that that's just how he was looking at me. Like, oh, I'm just this freshman. Like, he ain't even checking for me like that, because he wasn't inappropriate in any degree. And so we got cool. We used to hang out after a while. And then one time we actually like went out, although we've never officially called any times we went out a date. But I think, what was it? He picked me up. We went to Opry Mills Hotel, which the people who don't know, who've never been to Nashville, that sounds extremely inappropriate. But right. Opry Mills Hotel has like restaurants and things inside. Like, it's like almost like a city within itself.
It's a resort. So it has stuff to do. Yeah.
It's like you at the strip club in Atlanta. You know, people may not understand it, but
that's a resort.
You in Nashville.
Well, we're a lot farther from the ass cheeks inside the hotel. There's much more space. So it's not quite the same, in my opinion.
But would you agree that Magic City is a resort in Atlanta?
Right.
Would you agree that Magic City is a resort in Atlanta?
I've never been in it, so I don't know. But it from the size of it, looking how small it is, I wouldn't think so.
I mean, a size doesn't matter, does it? Or does it?
Oh,
spicy.
That was a trap.
Juicy. I baited her.
It ain't a trap. It does matter.
Oh, so I guess Magic City can't be a resort then. No, Magic City, you're not a resort. But we still love you. We still love you,
The
Magic
motion
City.
of the ocean is the size of the boat.
And the wings they make.
Anyways.
Thomas.
But yeah, like, the dating itself wasn't a huge deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just really just him. He was like one of the few guys I've ever met in my life that made me comfortable.
Okay. So what about the date? Like, what was in common between the two of you that got you to like go on this date?
So initially what happened was we had a class together, and he always says that I was mean to him the first time we met.
Dang, Fred, you been listening to NEVA Loss
somebody said
again.
Miss Munroe was mean, nigga. That's hilarious.
Somebody said Miss Munroe was mean? Oh, I see what you're saying. Got you. I got lost. Yeah,
he always says I was mean to him the first time we met. The day he always recalls, I never remember, like, I mean, because when he repeats back to me what I said, I'm like, that sounds like something I would have said being a smart ass. That makes sense. But eventually what happened was, at the time he was still doing music. He was a rap artist. And he got pretty big around Nashville. What?
Wait a minute. Are you going to disclose?
I would never guess. Nigga, this is a lot.
Are you going to disclose his rap name?
Hell no.
Okay.
He is well known.
I think I know who it is.
Very well known around Nashville. No, I would never.
You said well known.
But it was so long ago. Unless you really knew him, like,
I feel like I know this guy now.
You may have. Anyways,
I think I know who it is. Is he light skinned?
No.
Light skin.
But yeah, so we had class together, and he eventually asked me to do some like background vocals for him.
Oh, that's
and dope. Yeah, so I was like, oh, especially because, you know, at the time I was trying to do music myself. So it was like, oh, this is cool. And it was like it was a for real legit studio with nobody's little garage and nothing like that.
Stop hating.
I was not trying to throw shade.
I thought she threw some shade at me, though.
In your old studio, no shade, no shade.
Okay, I thought that was shade. I felt shaded. I got my new little hood in here. I feel like it got dark real quick.
No, I just wanted to put that out there because, you know, it could be, oh, he was trying to get you there to do this and that. No, it was a legit studio. We had a legit engineer. Like, it wasn't no situation like that. And it was another girl who came with us, and we both did background vocals. But on the way back, he stopped and got us something to eat before we went back to the dorms, and we was like going through music. And he had some like Dwelle stuff or whatever. And it was like back when, like, before Dwelle had like gotten really big, so a lot of people still didn't know him. And I was like, oh shit, you know Dwelle. And it's like, you know about that? And he was like, oh man, what you know about Dwelle? You know, and it's, you know, just the whole conversation. And kind of from there is when I really started paying attention to him. Because before that, it was just like, oh, he's cool, whatever. Like, it's just some dude that's in my class. Like, I wasn't even paying attention.
So, okay, so...
And this at Belmont?
No.
TSU.
Oh, So she was Tennessee State in the beginning. She switched up on us, y'all. So she's a half tiger. You know what's a half tiger? She's a tiger cub.
She a half breed.
Tiger cub.
Oh my God.
So
here we go.
But with him, he took you to the studio. Mm-hmm. What I don't understand. So did you get paid? Because you said it was a professional thing. So was that like, did he separate? Did he make a clear line of separation between I want you and work for me?
At the time, there was no want you at all. Like, it wasn't even like that.
Oh, so this is before the date happened. Got you.
This is before the date. Like, this is how we even got cool to the point where I would even, go out.
Got you. Okay. So let me ask you this then. When you were on the date, right? So let's go back to the date. This is the best date you had. Mm-hmm. What did you find out about him that you didn't know before?
I can't say that it was a whole lot of new information. Although, so funny. It was so funny. He basically told me then why we are the way we are now. He kind of let me know then. And I was 18, so I wasn't really paying attention. I didn't take heed to what he was saying. It was just, we're having conversation. He had said to me, I can't remember what we were talking about exactly, but we were on the subject of relationships. And I don't know if we were talking about long distance or something like that, but he basically let me know at that point that he had an issue being like, for real close and vulnerable with a person. But I can't remember what his exact statement was.
That's good.
I cannot remember it at all. But yeah, and it's so funny because it ended up getting recalled like some years later, and it was like, damn, he did say that. And I just didn't pay attention.
So wait, but your lack of attentiveness, did that cause you guys not to go into something more serious? Or did you guys just not go into something more serious because you just naturally split up?
Honestly, this is like one of the mysteries of the world. It makes no sense. I could literally text him today. He'll respond. But like if I was in Nashville, like, hey, let's meet up, he won't show up.
Wait a minute. So if you in Nashville, so basically like on some booty call stuff, like, hey.
No, not even like that. Just like, hey, you want to hang out? Or like, he'll act like he's going to make a plan.
Yeah, that's booty. That's random drop in. Like, you going to do something random. Because like, for example, he might not think he's going to get some booty. He may just think he's going to hang with you. But the point is that you drop in out the blue and y'all not talking. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I'm supposed to think about that? She's interested in me.
I'm in town. Can you hang out? Why I gotta be a booty call?
Oh, so y'all talk on the phone on the regular like friends?
Not anymore. But I mean, like, there's a lot of people I don't talk to anymore that's in Nashville that I don't talk to regularly. But if I'm in town, like, hey, let's see each other. Okay, cool. Not like a, hey, so as an underlying tone of we gonna fuck. No.
Well,
no.
I guess I'm thinking anybody I dated, if it was a woman I dated from back in the day.
Well, we didn't like have sex or anything even then.
Well, you taking it all the way to the bedroom. I'm saying the sentiments of you didn't understand what you got stuck in the words, but I'm saying the sentiments of what that is. It's like, hey, I'm trying to drop by right now. Like they not dropping by with the expectation of them not getting some level of acquainted with you. Like they want to go out on a date, they want to grab some eat, they want to be at another place with you. Like I think it's interesting because a lot of women, I was telling somebody, I said, it's a lot of women out here who think that some of these men are their friend, but these men they met at random. You know what I mean? A lot of these men are not your friend that you just met at random. Now, if y'all have a situationship, or y'all have something where y'all met through some other people, that may actually be your friend, or whatever. But like you just said, we went out, that's my best date. If he don't have a goal of sleeping with you, I don't know what his goal is. Like you gotta think about that from just like a perspective of like, I have an aha moment. Like if his goal is you gonna be in the friend zone, guess what? If you gonna be in the friend zone, he never gonna get to the end zone. And that best date was just that. It goes no further ever.
I guess you're right.
And so if you drop into town and hit him up, he never gonna. Why would he hit you back? So that's what I'm saying. If that makes a correlation or sense, I don't know with this particular guy because I don't know.
I guess to add on to it, did y'all ever reestablish your relationship as, we just cool, we just strictly friends now? Like
it was never like we're dating. It was never that. Like we hung out all the time on stuff that was pretty much like dates. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm going to family events, but it was never actually we're dating.
Well, y'all could have been just friends, and he just never just was looking at you like that, never taking
And
you
so
serious.
that was always the thing.
Right.
So this is what happened. So that was
That's
always
what
the thing in
it
my
sound
mind. That's what I was the thing in my mind. We were always just like, okay, I was always thinking to myself that he didn't like me like that until the end of my freshman year, and I was getting ready to pack up to go home for the summer. He wrote me this long ass letter, like telling me all his feelings, but I didn't check my email. I didn't know it was there, and so it had been sitting there for weeks. And so right before I was supposed to leave, he texted me and was like, "Hey, did you get my email?" And I was like, "Oh snap! Like this has been here for a while. Like I didn't even know." So then when I saw it, my dumb 18-year-old ass, 19 at the time.
What you do? You deleted
By
it?
the time, no, I didn't delete it. It was just like I just was not. I couldn't communicate my emotions like that, and so I didn't know what to say. It was just like, "Thank you" or whatever. Like I couldn't verbalize it, and so we were still cool. We still talked all summer. Hell, I even spent so crazy. I got him this jacket. I spent like a good chunk of the money I worked for that summer on getting this jacket for his birthday when I get back to Nashville, and he was so weird to me after that. Like it's never been the same.
So you're saying that a dude that told you that he had trouble letting people in and getting close with somebody, he finally like, all right, so this chick I've been hanging with, she seemed cool. I'm gonna see what this is gonna be like. I'm gonna throw a flyer, sent you an email.
Right.
You didn't respond to it. You let it sit for all this time. And
I didn't. First of all, though, don't do that. Don't do that because I didn't know it sat there.
Right, but regardless if you knew that, it's still set, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
The time,
Yeah.
Why the time elapsed does not matter. The time actually elapsed. You always have to address the fact. The fact is, it did elapse. It's not to punish you. Not to punish you. We're just saying it did elapse.
Right. So your intent is neither here nor there. Not whether you meant to, you accidentally or whatever. It's just the fact the time elapsed. On his end, he don't know. He just know I sent her this joint. She ain't hit me back.
Right.
And then when you saw it, I'm assuming you said just okay to him or thank you, or you didn't say nothing.
It was, I can't remember. I know, but it wasn't long. It was like maybe 1 or 2 lines. Like, cause
You crushed that man's feelings. Crushed his feelings.
Right.
Yeah,
So after he got
crushed.
that, he was like, fuck it. Like, I ate 2 tens in the bucket. That's a wrap.
He said,
he moved on.
Should've bought
But
me a
then
jacket.
after that, you bought him a jacket. He like, hold on. Like,
don't
I
buy
just
me no
sent you this
jacket.
picture. Like,
Right.
So he not taking you serious. He don't take you serious no more.
Yeah. No,
That
don't buy me
was
no
it.
jacket.
That was done.
No, I mean,
nailed that to the cross.
We still kept, it was so weird. We still kept in contact after that. Like, if I hit him up, like one time, it was some serious family issues going on. Like I said, we were still cool. We still hang out, just not nearly as much as when he started like slowly but surely kind of backing off. If I hit him up and was like, I need this or something like that, he'd always come. Like without question. He would drop whatever he was doing. I don't care if he was at work. But then if it was like, hey, let's hang out, he wouldn't hang out.
Right. He don't take you serious. Y'all cool, but he just don't take you serious in a relationship. That's all it is. Like dudes do it all the time. It's chicks that will take serious and chicks we don't take serious. Chicks we don't take serious, it could be any number of things. It could be something like that. It depends on the morals of the guy.
Yeah.
This guy sound like he got some morals about him. So he just ain't bulldog you.
Right.
He just was like, all right, I'm just going.
Because if he had no morals, he could have strung that into a different direction. So yeah. He
could have like, okay, she back on it. All right, let me. I'm gonna go knock this off. I'm just trying to add this notch to my belt real quick, knock you off, and then you like, dang, he a bitch, he a fuck nigga, all the other type of stuff. But he just got some morals about himself, so he ain't bulldog you. That's all it is. It's real simple.
And that's one of them situations. You win some, you lose some. You know, that's just one of them lose some situations. You know, where, I mean, it sounded like he did his part. But at least one thing I think you could take away from it, and you could tell me if I'm wrong or not. I think you could take away from it. At least you have an example of what you like. You know, and what feels good to you.
Yeah.
Could you say that? Okay.
What feels good to you?
I mean, right? Because she like,
nigga,
you know,
what?
She's saying, you know, she was trying to do all this stuff, and you know, it's like at least if she could take that away, she could go to a, you know, hopefully, maybe in the future there'll be another guy who does a similar set of events that maybe could, I don't know, the stars could align and she could have another magical date and make it and the next one be her next best date. You see what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, yeah, it sounds like she got some stuff to take away, like, you know, her having that wall up and then communication. You know what I mean? That's the main thing. That trips up everybody. Communicating your feelings. People be so scared.
Everybody loses.
It's actually liberating. Right? It's actually very liberating when you communicate yourself.
I mean, at 33, I know that now, but 18, hell no.
Right. Understandable.
Yeah, right. You know, as long as you get it now, you know what I mean? You got it now and you going forward, you making good decisions and you still ain't making those same decisions with a whole bunch of unnecessary walls up and all that. I mean, it's chicks I've met, walls up and like, oh yeah, I'm good. Like I really wanted to holler at her. I really wanted to be serious with it. Be like, oh no, I'm not about to deal with these walls though. I'm not about to deal with that goofy stuff.
You want to make sure that whatever it is you get into, it makes sense for you. So Freddie B, what's up, Freddie B? Come on, man. Let the people know about your best date ever.
Oh wow.
My best date is one where I want to see her again. Like I want to turn back around and see her. You know, that conjugates. Oh Lord, not that word. That constitutes
your best date with some conjugation.
Not at all. Not at all. I've actually never had a one night stand. I've actually never just met a chick first day. Boom, knocking her off. That's actually never happened. But what I say is a good date. A good date now. What I've learned, because dates totally change when I met like he's kind of like a pimp. He's not a traditional pimp in the sense, but he's a guy who like he like women and he just be dating women. And he's I guess not necessarily a womanizer, but I guess he maybe is a womanizer. But the point being is that because before that, I would like the first date with women, I'll be like, okay, take her out to eat and do this, that, and the third. He was like, young blood. Like, why do all that? And you not accomplishing what you trying to accomplish. You spent all that money to really just to get to the next date, which really is the first date. Or the third date, which still is, that becomes the first date. And the first two was just like pump fakes. Like, young fella, he was like, young blood, man, you meet a chick, just take out for drinks, man. Get some drinks, and that's it. Y'all both gonna start talking. Y'all gonna get to know each other, and then boom, you skipped all the goofy stuff that you gonna go through the first, second day. I was like, man, that is genius. And then sure enough, I started meeting chicks, and I'm like, yo, let's meet up and let's grab some drinks. We meet up for drinks. You know, you learn quickly. People get a couple of drinks in them. They get more comfortable. They really get, just comfortable with their speech, and they want to say whatever they feel. You learn quick. Like, okay, this is somebody I can vibe with. This is somebody I can't. And so ever since then, I meet people and I meet chicks and we get some drinks, and it's either bad or it's good. But the good ones are we get some drinks and we laugh and we just talking, and we look up, it's 5 hours later, the bar closed. And like it was one date I had like that. It was a couple years ago. I think like end of 2018. I went on a date with a chick and we went to a bar. And we was in that mug, we didn't even notice, like the bar emptied out. Then it was like last call, and then they was like, all right, in New York, last call is like literally when the bar closed. Like, down south, last call is like an hour before the bar closed. New York, it'd be last call and get the hell out.
Right.
Place closed.
Right. Last call, it'd be last call for everything. Not last call for alcohol, but last call for everything.
Right. It's like we about to cut the lights on everything. So we was just sitting there talking, and then we got drinks and we kicked it, and then it was like, okay, we had to leave, and we was in Midtown, man. We walked all the way back to Harlem talking. We walked from like 50-something street all the way back to
I remember
crib.
You told me about this. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. She lived on 142nd. I live on 128th. And we walked from like 50th Street all the way to we walked 90 blocks. I mean, it was a nice night in New York. I think it was like summer, like in June.
Many questions.
Yeah,
what kind of shoes is she wearing?
She ain't wear no heels. I'll tell you that.
I think she had no heels.
But that's a New York thing though. A lot of women that live in the city or from the city, they understand like you can be cute for only so long on these country streets.
She was from Seattle. She's from Seattle. I think she's from the Pacific Northwest. She had on like them little flats, the flats with the one strap across or whatever. So she had like, we was casual, and that's my thing. Like, first dates, second dates. I mean, I don't really see a point in like, okay, this extravagant date and doing all this, because it just adds a lot of unnecessary pressure when the whole point of the day is to get to know the person. To get to know the person, like, okay, can I talk to this person? Can I shoot the stuff with this person? Can I vibe with this person? Can I laugh with this person?
Let me put a side note in what Freddie B saying, because I actually did a Facebook, I put a little Facebook poll out there, and what Freddie B said was actually the number one thing that came back is a good first date or a good date or a great date is normally something that it contains food and drinks, and we can actually talk and get to know each other. So just to add to what you're saying, that night I can see how to be in your best date, because that's part of your night. What most people find as a good date.
Now a real pimp told me conversation rule the nation. You know what I mean? So
all right,
when you had that conversation take you far. A girl like listen to you talk and you make her laugh. You in there like swimwear. So it's on a popping. So that's a great date for me. It's real simple. It ain't anything contrived or extra.
Miss Munroe, you had some questions for the B.
I have another one. Yeah. So what do you do when you ask a woman out for drinks and she says no? Because I wouldn't. Like, I'm not going out with no dude I just met and be drinking. That's not about to happen.
Then we're not gonna go out. 2 titties in the bucket. Like, I mean, the thing is I'm not thirsty for no chick. Like, if you don't want to get to know me, you don't want to hang out, or you think I'm a danger, I don't want you to go out with me. If you think that I'm dangerous,
but it's a first date. She don't know you. How is she supposed to know that?
That's fine. I mean, but like, but the thing is we're going out in public. You know what I mean? So it's not like I'm taking you to some secret hideout, bar, whatever. Because the thing is, New York got some dope bars. There's a spot called Please Don't Tell. That,
oh man, you gave it away, man. The name is Please Don't Tell. Selfish.
You right. But it's a speakeasy. It's a speakeasy bar. But it's like dope. It's dope. Like if you and the only type of most people, 99.9% of women out there, if a dude took you to this place and then really played it up right, you gonna be impressed. You gonna be like, this is amazing. He blew my mind. But it's a bar. But like I said, at the end of the day, like I'm not really. When a woman interact with me, I need for her to be comfortable. And if you're not comfortable, that's totally fine. You can take all the time you need to get comfortable, or whatever the case may be. You want to keep talking to me, we don't got to go out. I can continue on because, I can go on some other dates while you wait to get comfortable. Hopefully you don't wait too long, and then I decide like, okay, I'm dating somebody else, and then we just like, okay, we can't go on a date because I'm actually dating somebody for real.
Why can't you just provide an alternative? Like, why can't you just say coffee or something like that? Like, you trying to call me, man? You like, fuck you. You don't want to go out and get drinks with me? Fuck you.
No. By no means am I telling her F her, anything like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my vibe. That's just who I am. You know what I mean? And obviously we not meant to date. That's all that, and it's totally fine. It's totally fine. Like, because the thing I tell people all the time, like, I'm not here trying to marry the whole world. I'm not trying to date the whole world. I'm just trying to marry one woman. It's just one woman I'm trying to find and marry and then grow old with. That's it. One out of billions.
Okay.
So obviously there'll be a whole bunch of other women I'm gonna meet that we just not gonna work on. And you know what? It's totally fine. No love lost. We can be friends. I'll be your friend. Cool. Call me. You need help, advice, or whatever. It's a lot of women who. It's a lot of women. A couple of women I used to date. We talk to this day. They call me, ask me questions. They talk to me about the dudes they talking to. I give them I just gave you the vibes about the dudes you talk to. Same deal. And I can be friends with chick. I ain't messed up with it. That's how I learned about chicks. That's the game I get. So when I'm talking to a chick, she like, how you know all this? Don't really worry about that. Just know that I know. Just know I know how to operate. That's it. And know I got the answers.
So did you set the pick for the second date? Now, set the pick is a football term, right, Freddie B?
Basketball.
It was basketball. Okay. Well, but I'm just trying to say.
You can set a pick in football, but it's illegal. But
it's illegal. Okay. Well, in this case, did you set up the next date from that first date?
Well, actually, this particular date with this chick, this wasn't the first date. This was like, I think maybe the second or third date. Because like all our dates, we would just hang out and talk, and she was enjoying them. And like they would just get longer and longer and longer. And then, but like I said, we didn't really talk because it was like a little bit after I got engaged, and I realized like while I was talking to her, I'm like, I'm not ready yet. So, I didn't seize the moment, she was ready for me to apply pressure. But I was like, I ain't gonna apply pressure because it's just gonna be a bad situation, and I ain't feeling it like that. And I don't feel like dealing it.
And to be clear, you were in recovery mode, right? You weren't engaged. You were out of engagement.
I was
Yeah. You said I just got engaged, so I wanted to clear that up.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. So I just ended the engagement like a couple months prior, and so I was still in that rebound, like that phase that a lot of people are like, oh, this is my rebound phase. So I'm just gonna find a rebound person to rebound with, and then hurt them, and I knew I was still in that position, so I was like, I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna fall back. It ain't that serious. It's not a reason for me to put her through that. You know what I mean? And so I just, I fell back, and she was kind of, she wasn't happy because I think we had a conversation. I kind of told her like, yo, I just broke off my engagement like 4-5 months ago, so I don't think I'm really ready to hop in a relationship. And she was like, she had this like look. She was a super nice girl. She was like, oh, okay. All right, and she just turned around, walked away, and then
because she knew that boy was poison.
she was like, go. She didn't want to talk to me no more. She ain't return my. I texted her like the next day.
But she knew it was up though. I can say she knew it was up. It sounded like she knew it was up. She was like, oh yeah, that boy is poison.
No, I mean like the thing, like I said, like I had been in her. She invited me up into her apartment. She invited me in her room.
But what I'm saying, once you let her know, she now knew. Oh, let me stop because I am the rebound girl.
Right.
So let me not.
She maybe could have thought that.
But I think that's good
fair.
if it was a mutual thing. I think it's better if it's mutual versus like you telling her that and then she trying to figure it out.
Right.
Because if she's trying to come back and try to figure it out. Oh yeah, that could have got ugly. That could have got ugly.
Right.
So yeah, no, I think it's good that happened. So okay, Freddie B, what did y'all have in common on that date? What did you find out y'all had in common?
Conversation. I mean, I think like with me, what I found is somebody who can roll, who's pliable. You know what I mean? Because if you're not pliable, if your mind ain't pliable with me, you're gonna break. And so, that's one thing I understand. And so, like the people I really vibe with are people who, like even my guy friends. You know what I'm saying? Like we rag on each other. We go back and forth. Like it's that element. Like I know offline we've talked about we've done improv classes between us to kind of make us more pliable. But those are elements that I just use in my life. I just roll. You roll with the punches, so things don't sting you as much. So I use those as just in regular life, and me and my friends use them unknowingly. Like when I actually took improv classes, I was like, oh snap! So this is what it's kind of like when you do classes, you realize like, oh, this is what I've been doing. I didn't know that this was a thing that people teach and get paid to teach people. Mm-hmm. Like I just been doing this unknowingly, but yeah, I mean, like even with all my friends, like people who I vibe with, who I connect with, these are like pliable people who like, okay, they have more open minds. Okay, hear what you're saying. Like, okay, let me see where you coming from or whatever like that. So me and her, when we would have conversations, it's like, she hearing what I'm saying, and we didn't agree on everything, but it's like, okay, this is why I'm saying, okay, I don't know, and then she would just pose her side, like, okay, this is why I'm saying what I'm saying. And I'm like listening to her, like, okay, that's interesting, okay, and then we just, we telling our stories, and then it also helps if you got similar sense of humor, and it definitely helps if the girl laughs at your jokes. Like if you a dude's telling jokes and she laughs at them, that's A1. You swimming good then.
Okay. That's what's up. Okay, so listen, we done heard both sides. We heard Miss Munroe's good best date. We heard Freddie B's good best date. We heard both sides of the coin. So I want to culminate this because obviously, I'm assuming both of you had or at one point had a goal of marriage being your end goal, right? For going out and meeting the people you were meeting and trying to get to know them. Am I correct? Before I move on, is that
yeah.
The temperature? Okay. I want to make sure I'm taking the temperature of the room. Take temperature of the room.
Nigga, Tom, is that your new phrase you just learned?
I don't know.
Take the temperature of the room. What's the temperature? Nigga, put the
89. Hey, but if you're not careful,
nigga, wait, that's too high. That nigga got COVID. Hold on, the room got COVID. Nigga, pull back.
No. Because if it goes low, it's gonna be 69.
Oh my God.
You know how I do. So anyway. Wait,
speaking of how you do, what was your best date?
Oh, y'all want me to? Okay, so listen.
This nigga ain't had a date in 20 years. Nigga, common law married. We've said this in every other episode. Thomas is common law married.
Listen, the best date I've taken a woman on and the best date that I've been on are two different things. So I'll give you the best date I've been on. I can tell you about the best date. Now, y'all probably already know the best date I've taken a woman on.
Yeah, I think you said that earlier or something. The one you put all the notes around the restaurant, the Greek restaurant, or something like that. Oh man, no, that was lit. I'll give you a quick overview. Basically, I booked the restaurant. I booked the whole restaurant, so nobody could go in but us. I took her there, had her favorite flower on every single table. I let her pick the table, whatever. It was a Greek restaurant. I ordered in Greek for her food. On the radio, I had a CD I pre-made with my voice introducing each song like I was a radio host for the hour, and it was all her favorite music, all her slow jams that she loves to listen to. And of course, at the end of that date, they had the limo both ways, went home, and you know what happened? Boom, the magic. It was a magical date. I did too much. The best date I've been on, hell yeah,
though, actually was, I guess it was a birthday. It was a random birthday party that was thrown for me by the girl I was dating. And it was a birthday party, and she had invited all my friends to go skating. And it was a surprise because I didn't know it was actually happening. I didn't even know we were going on a date. And it'll be I forget which birthday. I don't even remember which birthday it was, but I remember it vividly. And it was just a cool experience because I had told her about me being from Georgia and how, you know, I live near Atlanta. So I was raised in Stone Mountain. And so, of course, everybody knows about the different skating rinks. You know, we had one on 78, you know, Golden Glide. You had all these just different skating rinks in Atlanta. And I just told her about that upbringing. And she brought that out during my birthday and threw a big party and, you know, the whole nine. It just brought the kid in me. And this is when I was what? I think I was Freddie B, you was there actually, I think you was there.
What?
Some of my other friends were there. Yeah. You were there. And I forget what skating rink it was, but I was in Nashville, Tennessee. So yeah, that was the race that I've been on.
You can skate?
Yeah. You didn't know I could skate? You was there. Yeah. I failed, y'all laughed because I was brushing the dust off.
That sounds about right.
Yeah,
you can't skate.
Yeah, I mean I can skate. I just had to, you know, get get back on that bike. Had to ride. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
all you want to do is ride, huh?
Hey man, shoot, unless she wants to, and when she wants to, then you know she can get her turn. You know what I'm saying?
Why you even do that, Fred? Why you open the door? Why you open the door for him to say so?
You know what I'm saying? I ain't scared. I ain't never scared. Listen. If she wants to be on top, I let a woman do what she has to do. That's all.
Shut up! I don't want to hear about this no more. Leave me alone, man. Go back to your date, nigga.
You started it.
Hey,
you did
listen.
it.
You know what I'm saying? So after that, you know, we did the birthday celebration. Then of course, you know, came back to the house. And of course, I'm thinking, okay, it's straight to the boots time. She was like, wait, before we get to the boots, I cooked, and she had the the slow cooker going, and she had the beef stew. I like beef stew, and she had the beef stew ready. So I don't know if she got it from my pops.
Yeah, that might be top 5 fattest things you ever said. I love beef stew.
Oh man, yeah, it was good though.
Yeah, man. Who loves beef stew? Who is like that's my favorite meal? Beef stew.
No, it ain't my favorite meal, but it was a smart play because the reason why it was so good, she took elements of what she heard me say to her. So it showed me that not only was she careful enough in listening, but she knew that, okay, let me try to use this to recreate something. To me, that's more special when, you know, you're actually listening and paying attention to your partner. And so, you know, that was dope. I was like, that's pretty dope.
I just want to say, I hate your date. It's just too much. It's just a lot going on, a lot of moving parts. So I just I just hate it. You know?
That's how it be though. That's how it be.
That was dope. That was a dope date.
You think so? Okay. I thought it was. It was dope. I
went outside and it was a rainbow in the sky that I prepaid guy.
I think Fred sound like a hater. You sound like a hater.
But you know, I mean, he walked 90 blocks in his date. I think he was tired at the end, but he said it was good, so I left him alone. I ain't hate on him.
Energized.
Okay, so listen, I got a few questions for y'all. Just a few, not too many. And we're gonna start with you, Freddie B, since we started with Miss Munroe on the first one. What is your point of reference for a good woman?
My point of reference? Yes. You got. Do the questions get deeper than this? Like this, that was a pretty deep question. Like,
I'm gonna pop some out real quick, and then I'm gonna give y'all some relief in a second.
Okay, I mean, with me, it starts with the morality compass. You know what I mean? Like where she's at morally. So, you know, based on her spirituality and her religion, you know, it has to be something finite and factual. Like this is her morality compass, and this matches with mine. So that's the point of reference for me.
Ms. Munroe, what's your point of reference for a good man?
A combination of my quote unquote step uncle and my great grandfather. Both of them were like just really laid back kind of men. They were never the type of men that wanted credit for everything that they did. Like, you know, like a lot of times as a woman, I always hear people tell us that, you know, well, you got to say this and do this for your man. And, you know, like, but it was like just that need of like, I guess the stroking of the ego. Like neither one of them were like that. Like, you know, they just, whatever needed to be done, they did it. And it was never okay, I want an applause for everything I do. Like I'm supposed to do that. And it was never a thing that like we had to ask them about bedroom. Like they were always on top of everything. And they were still loving. Like a lot of times too in society, we make it seem like if a man isn't providing, then it's okay if he's an asshole. And they were never like that. Like it was always a real loving. Like I never heard them like yell or shout at anybody. They were always real calm, but they handle business too. When I'm comparing or, you know, looking at a guy, like I always kind of look at that, like, you know, and also too, I want to add one person. My guy friend play brother. Like a lot of times when I'm in a situation where I feel like, because people always tell me that I'm mean all the time, or that like I don't give nobody a chance. What I've done now is like I'll ask myself, like if we were in the same situation, like how would my uncle handle that? And, that's how I like get through those situations where I have to ask myself, am I being too hard on a person, or if they're pushing me to a limit, like, okay, this guy might not be a good guy. Like maybe I need to let him go, because I don't think any of these men who I respect would do that. Gotcha. So those are my points of reference.
That's good. And you brought up a friend. I was going to ask you with your friend. Mm-hmm. Well, go ahead, Freddie B.
Well, Thomas, have you seen, either one of you, have y'all seen that clip that was going around? I think it's Nikki Giovanni. I think she was talking to, what's the tip of my tongue? This is black. He's a literary agent.
Jimmy,
I forgot his name. She talking to a black dude. They on the show.
James Baldwin.
James Baldwin, yeah. She like, lie to me. Like, why won't she saying to him, like, why won't you lie to me? And what Miss Munroe said about the stroking of the ego, I think that's something that, and like when she said it sounded bogus, like lie to me. Like, why would you lie to your partner? But then upon further thinking, it's like, okay, I think I get where she's coming from, because she was saying like, you go to work and you lie to your boss and the white folks and the white people at work and stroke their ego and make them feel good, and you'll lessen yourself sometimes just to get through the day and not to cause conflict. Like, why don't you come home and do that to me? And I think that's kind of important. Like, women, you might stroke your husband's ego. Like, he may tell you to do something that you already know, that you already got, but instead of like, I already know, okay, babe. Like, oh, like he told you, like you didn't know. You just say okay and you just do it, and vice versa. So that's what I just thought about when you said that.
That's interesting. I was going to ask.
Have you seen that, Thomas?
Yes, I know exactly what clip you're talking about, and I get it. I understand that what she's asking for is, you give me the worst of you, I want the best of you.
Right.
That's as simple as that. Mm-hmm. For me, that's what I got from it. And I think that's what you have to focus on bringing home. It's something that takes work on both parts, though. You can't get too busy and say, well, I'm doing this because it's for us. Well, but what's also for y'all is a good temperament as well.
Right.
And a hug and a kiss every now and then. And for you not to smell like yesterday's news. And, so, it gotta go both. It's a both ways. It's a two-way street and all this stuff. So, what I want to ask about your friend, do you find yourself friend zoning people you are compatible with?
No, so funny, because even with this friend, people years ago will be like, oh, y'all should date. I look at that situation the same way I do with one of my exes who I'm still cool with. It's like seeing how they vibe with that person. It was like we never had that.
Gotcha.
Like, and I would have been a roadblock for them, and they would have gotten what they deserve. And those are two awesome men. Like I'm so happy for the fact, because I've seen them get done wrong by so many women. It was like, I was so happy to see them with somebody who they can be their full selves with and be vulnerable with, and not have to worry about some of the hurt that they received in the past from women who did not appreciate who they were.
Okay, that's good. So I want you each to give me your 1-minute guide to winning you over. So if somebody came up to you, what's your 1-minute guide to being won over by that person? Let's go with Miss Munroe.
I knew you was gonna do that, and I don't have one.
But I've been keeping it fair.
Not exist.
I've been keeping it fair. I've been going you, then I went Freddie, then I went back to you. I've been.
No, it's not even that. Like, because you gave us time to think about it, but it's just a vibe. I can't tell you how to vibe with me. You know what I'm saying? Like that energy, like that. There's a certain level of comfortability that you feel with a person when you meet them. I can't coach you on that.
Okay. Now, but are you uncoachable?
That's a possibility.
Because if you can't give the direction, that also could possibly mean it may be difficult to receive it too. So I was just curious since you said you didn't have one.
Did you take grad school psychology questions to get ready for this episode, Thomas? God dang, nigga.
Listen, this is what happened when y'all take a few days off and y'all let me actually study a little bit.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. So Freddie B, let's go. Let's get that 1-minute guide.
Me is challenge me. You know what I mean? Like challenge me. Because I'm running. I'm running mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So you gotta keep up, and so you gotta challenge me, and And obviously, I mean, that goes into kind of to touch on what Miss Munroe just said. I mean, it's a vibe. So I know if you like can genuinely challenge me, because it's not a test. I'm not saying test me. I'm talking about challenge me with who you are, your being. You know, because if you can't challenge me, then I'll like, especially in a relationship, like I'll devour you. It'd be too much, and you can't subsist in my sunshine.
That sounds like a lot of work.
It is, exactly. That's the point. So you know, a lot of people got up guards, and they try to push people away, and they standards. My natural, just how I run is just high. So the woman that's gonna be able to hang with me, she gonna be a thoroughbred herself, because I'm a thoroughbred. You know what I'm saying? So
that didn't come off
greatness
as
match greatness.
That didn't come off as I'm great, so she has to match my greatness. That came off like you gotta jump through all these hoops to do this and do that, and then turn left and then look right, and then blink twice, and then turn around, spin 3 times. Like, damn.
Hey, that sounds difficult. She said turn left and look right.
I'm just saying, like.
I mean, hey, if
turn left
hey,
and
but
look right.
look, here's the thing. Here's the thing with, if that's the way it came off, I'm totally fine, because if it came off to you, you're not the one.
Oh,
it's as simple as that. Because the woman who heard what I said and understood what I said, then she the one need to sign up. Uh-oh. Anybody else who heard what I said and they brain got drowned out,
if you
and
heard it, please sign up. Ladies, if you heard it, sign up.
Their brain got squashed to mush. You can't hang with me. There ain't no way in the world you can exist in my world.
Y'all taking applications, because it sounds like somebody box is about to be filled. And
who am I taking? Nah, I'm not taking applications.
You'll take applications? Okay, no applications for you. Okay, all right. Well, listen.
I mean, you can, maybe put them in.
You put you read through them. Will you give them a good recommendation if they're not fit for the job?
I mean, the thing is that the Bible does say, "He that findeth a wife." So it is up to me to find her. So I don't think any woman should be searching for a man. Because he should find her. That's the first thing. But even within that, you know what I mean. I think within me trying to find her, like some things are serendipitous. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm just really putting in work just to find you. You know what I mean? Like it's one thing to work, and it's one thing to, like, what is your work accomplishing? Is your work have the subsist of you banging your head against the wall, or is your work, you digging, like you making progress with something?
Got you. Okay, well, you listen. I had one more question, but I think I'm gonna let that question go, because we just got too many feelings. Way too many feelings.
Oh my God!
About
so
this topic, I mean, it has been a great episode. Listen, our handles are in the description below, and if you want to just send us a little message about your best date you ever been on, we'd love to hear from you. Reach out to us. This has been a good one, y'all. I've been here with
the lovely Miss Munroe.
Yes, you are. And
it is Freddie B reporting live for duty.
Oh, I see. And I'm yours truly, T Staples. And make sure you catch us next time when we have too many feelings. Peace.